Hello friends, so today we are covering huge news, and that is UK government's plan to limit the cash ISA is now been cancelled. So where should we park our hard-earned cash right now? And that is the current hot topic. So in this video I'll cover the latest updates, the best cash ISA deals available right now, and smart alternatives to grow your savings. If you are new to this channel, then hello, my name is Dhaval and thank you for stopping by. I bring you the latest news and updates regarding personal finance world and some personal finance insight every week. So if you haven't already, then please do subscribe to my channel. So the rumored cut to £20,000 cash ISA allowance to £4,000 is off the table right now. But why UK government is doing right now and what's in it for the UK government? So let's understand this. So, well, in order to stimulate an economy, generally speaking, UK government would want to keep UK businesses running. And for that matter, UK government wants people to invest into the UK businesses via stocks and shares ISA, and that is not happening. And you might think that why it is not happening. So the main reason for that is there is a catch there. So if you invest UK based companies, then you'd have to pay 0.5% SDRT, which is stamp duty reserve tax. That is through direct shares. But if you are investing through any ETFs or trusts or OEICs, also known as mutual funds, then generally speaking, you don't need to pay that SDRT tax because that is all been taken care by the fund houses. Okay, and this is not I am saying, it is as per the UK government's website. So I will put a link into the description so you can refer it later. For example, if you invest in AstraZeneca, Rolls-Royce or British Petroleum, then I'm talking about buying direct shares, direct stocks through platforms such as Trading 212. Then obviously you need to pay this 0.5% SDRT, which is stamp duty reserve tax. Okay, and you might not notice, but Trading 212, the brokers such as Trading 212 will do it on behalf of you, and that is through their own mechanism called Crest system, and they do it behind the scene for you. So what if the UK government do the U-turn, and let's say for example if they announce during autumn budget that they are going to limit £4,000 once again? So what are the options available for the future? So let's discuss that. So well, I personally don't save through cash ISA, and that is not my forte. I always use stocks and shares ISA and do it through SIP. This is my personal preference. Again, this is not a financial advice. However, there is a big concern here, and that is the UK people's attitude towards stocks and shares ISA, because we don't have a culture as such in the UK like in America or China or perhaps in India. So people do believe that cash which you can keep in front of your eyes and very close to your heart, and there is nothing wrong in keeping in cash ISA because it's completely free from any taxes, and on top of that, if it is up to £85,000, then it is FSCS protected, which is a big plus. And just in case if you would want to withdraw, then you could withdraw easily anytime. I personally do agree with the viewpoint that we should keep our emergency fund in high yield savings account, or we could keep it into the cash ISA form. But I certainly do not agree with the over obsession of cash ISA which UK people are having. Even I recently had some conversation with few of my friends, and even they are a big supportive of cash ISA, and even I was shocked that the way they are playing is totally on a different level, because they would want to keep certain portion in the cash ISA form so that they can buy some property, for commercial property purposes or any type of buy-to-let properties. And this is a big plus for some people, those who are not a regular investors. So just in case if you want to keep certain portion for your buy-to-let property deposits, then you can keep that in cash ISA. Although if you are a first time buyer, then lifetime ISA is a very good product that you can think of. So for any commercial property or any buy-to-let properties, and you can save this as a deposit and you can take the advantage of leverage. If you have £10,000 sitting into your high yield savings account or even a cash ISA, which is good, but it is not good if you are keep adding money on top of your emergency fund. So the main purpose behind that is you are not attracting any type of interest in the form of borrowing, and that is the main theme behind emergency fund. But once you have that sorted, then you can top it up and you can keep that same amount, such as 10,000 pounds or 15,000 pounds, which is more than enough. But it is not so good if you keep adding money on top of your emergency fund, and you can accumulate and you can save like 50,000 pounds, because in my opinion that is a very bad idea. Rather you could have invested into the market and the extra money, or any type of buy to let properties, or any other type of forms of money which can help you to gain some money. So as per this money saving expert app, the best easy access cash ISA deal available for UK saver is trading 212, and which is a flexible ISA. So we'll cover that part later, but the best deal is 4.98 percentage, and that is 4.1% variable plus 1 year bonus. So you could get 0.88% newbie bonus, and they call it newbie bonus. And so it's minimum £1 you can invest. You can start with £1 up to 20,000 pounds a year. But again, it is a flexible ISA, and the flexible ISA is as mentioned. So there is an example given here, so it's very easy to understand what is the best deal available, and I encourage everyone to go with these deals. But what I have researched is, like, there is another deal which is Skipton Building, which is again a flexible ISA. I'll always go with flexible ISA option. In fact, any type of ISA, if you are going, for example, stocks and shares ISA or any type of cash ISA, then you should always go with the flexible ISA deal. So as per this example, the Tom has £40,000 in his cash ISA, which is made up of 35,000 from the previous years. So that is accumulated money. He has 35,000 from previous years, and now he's investing £5,000. So he's just putting £5,000 from this current tax year. So that means he can still put in £15,000 in the CS allowance, because £20,000 is his current allowance. So if he withdraws, for example, £10,000, so he can put in a further £25,000, because his initial money was £35,000. And this is how the mechanism works. It's a very, very good example here. So you can check out some other options here, but so far I could see Skipton Building is offering good flexible, as well as trading 212. In my opinion, trading 212 is more generous because it gives 0.88% newbie bonus as well, and that is only for the first year. Okay, all companies are having their own schemes and they have their own catch, so please go through all the details. Okay, this is not an investment advice or financial advice, so please bear in mind. And the websites such as Money Saving Expert is really good. I'll put a link into this description so you guys can check it further if you haven't already. So moving back to our previous example, and that is emergency fund. So if you have more than £10,000, so let's say, for example, if you've decided to keep £10,000 aside for your emergency fund. Okay, so if you have more than £10,000, then what you should do? So what you can do is £10,000, you can use it in for your future purposes. Let's say, for example, if any car breakdown or any emergency arises, so you can, like, use that money. Let's say, for example, if you have used £4,000, so you can put in that back in the same year or the next year, if as early as possible. Okay, and that will build up your £10,000 as your safe net. So if you have more than £10,000, then the best thing what you can do is you invest through stocks and shares ISA. Let's say, for example, if you are investing in VWRP, which is the ticker symbol for Vanguard's FTSE All World Index Fund. Okay, a very popular fund, although the fee is 0.22%. And you might not agree, or you can think about any other cheaper ETF such as FWRG, which is Invesco's FTSE All World. Again, the fee is 0.15%, and if you like that particular ETF, then you can put in £10,000. So what will be its CAGR? So this new fund is very new case with VWRP, because past performance is not the indicative of the future performance. But on an average, these kind of FTSE all world funds do generate 10% and has been successfully over the many years. So 10% CAGR, if you are getting it, then that amount comes to £1,000. Now you might think that £1,000 is not a big deal. So now these £10,000 will start working for you, and that will generate 10% CAGR. That means essentially it's a £1,000 you are generating by doing nothing. And the effect of compounding happens after that. So sooner you will realize that that is just £1,000 which you are generating, but the next year the situation will be totally different, because now the interest you are earning, which will be on £11,000, and that is the power of compounding. So your next year's return would be £1,100, not £1,000, and therefore it's advantageous for young generation to invest through stocks and shares ISA and take the advantage of this loophole. And that's why I encourage everyone to invest through stocks and shares ISA, because if you have long time, especially for young kids, then they can get the benefit of compounding, because compounding kicks in after a few years. So in my opinion, this stocks and shares ISA is a very good tax advantage account that UK government is offering, and this facility, and we all should take the advantage of this. But it also comes with a risk of losing money, and this is not a financial advice, and you should never take any personal finance advice from any Tom, Dick and Harry YouTubers like me. So please speak to your financial planner, wealth planner or financial advisor before investing or jumping into stocks and shares ISA. If you think that you're not keen on taking any type of risks at the moment, and this stocks and shares ISA is not my cup of tea, so you could think about money market funds. Yes, so if you want to know how money market funds in the UK works, then please watch this video next, where I've explained everything step by step.